Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of Mentos Plays The Binding of Isaac. Today we are going to pull Cain through. I'm pretty sure we haven't beaten Satan or Isaac with him. So depending on how the run's going, we're going to take on one of those two in this run. It's been a while since I've loaded into my in-progress save here, unfortunately. I got caught up doing some looks at both Our Darker Purpose and a little bit of just various other things, like I did 1 second here, I want to maybe twist the volume down just a little bit. Right there should be good, I think. So yeah, we did the Let's Look at It of Our Darker Purpose. We also did a couple of quick looks, at least one Isaac run from my Platinum God save. So it's been a while since we've jumped into this. I'm kind of happy to be getting back. Unfortunately, if you haven't heard, the alpha for Delver's Drop, which I've been looking forward to, has been delayed by about 2 weeks, a little bit short of 2 weeks. So of course I'll still be covering that when it comes out, but that's going to be a little bit longer before that appears. In the meantime though, Rogue Legacy is coming out on Thursday, and that gives me plenty of time to delve pretty deep into that. Yes, I did make that word choice on purpose. So we're going to have plenty of time to get into that before Delver's Drop Alpha starts now, which is actually a good thing. As much as I was looking forward to both of them coming out this week, it's good to have that little bit of longer lasting time. Get the relic on the first item room. That's actually kind of awesome. So yeah, we'll be jumping into that on Thursday when it comes out. I'm not sure if I'll try to do my entire playthrough on video, or if I'll try to kind of do some progression offline or off video, since I know that with the persistent progression system in Rogue Legacy, it might require some time of almost grinding to get up stats a little bit, in which case I might want to do some of that off camera and then just try to make sure that if I'm going to progress I record it. But we'll see exactly how that Let's Play goes. I will be trying to do an entire Let's Play of it from start to finish. Yeah, that sums that up. In the meantime, we got, well, not in the meantime, but this coming Saturday, the developers of Legend of Dungeon, Robot Loves Kitty, we get the D6. That's actually kind of awesome to pick up. And so yeah, this, Saturday, the developers of Legend of Dungeon, Robot Loves Kitty, they're going to be doing a Greenlight Super Show, where for about 12 hours straight they're going to be showcasing a ton of different games on Greenlight, trying to get support for some of these games that need it. That will be happening Saturday starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, going until midnight. There's about a half an hour of pre-show stuff that's going to be going on, from what I understand. I will be there the whole time. I'm going to be helping to mod the channel while that's going on. But yeah, if you're interested in new games that are trying to get through Greenlight, you're interested in supporting some developers, that'll be going on this Saturday. You can get a good look at a bunch of different games, as well as there are going to be a couple of YouTube people on there for little half-hour blocks. I know Northern Lion will be on there, Rockley Smile, one other person who for the life of me I can't remember their YouTube name, unfortunately. But so yeah, that's gonna be pretty packed in terms of content. It'll be going all day. I'll personally be there all day, just trying to help make sure chat stays civil and everything. Coin purse is worth the purchase with Cain, who is, of course, holding the luck foot, which means he can't get bad pills. Pills aren't great, but they aren't bad. And so yeah, if you're interested at all in the indie gaming scene, that's going to be a big day in terms of people seeing what's going on with a bunch of games that are still trying to push their way through Greenlight. The ones I personally have the most experience with, or the one that I have most experience with, is Paranautical Activity, which, of course, if you didn't hear their whole tale of what happened with their time on Greenlight, suffice to say that things kind of went horrible. They weren't really handled all that well, so they're looking for major support on Greenlight, because they're kind of hamstrung into working their way through from there instead of the publishing deal they had in order. So yeah, it's something that you might want to check out. It's definitely going to be a fun time. Both the developers of Legend of Dungeon are awesome people to hang around with. I'm sure if you're on here, you're probably familiar with some of the YouTube personalities that are going to be. I'm with at least one of the 3 YouTube personalities that's going to be on there. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time though. What was I going to say? Yeah, I know there's I believe it's like Monstrous Tooth has appeared in the basement. Yay! Let's see. We're going to be fighting Krampus. Do I want to take the lump of coal and re-roll the heals, or do I want to re-roll the lump of coal? I'm thinking I'm going to be re-rolling the lump of coal, because Cain does start with pretty low range, so getting a range up isn't a bad thing. And I'm taking some stupid levels of damage here. Already 2 hits against Krampus, who isn't that hard. But, I lost my train of thought when I got into this fight with Krampus on where I was at. But yeah, it's going to be going pretty much all day, so if you want to stop by for a little while, you can. I'll put the link in the description, but if you go to robotloveskitty.com/supershow, I believe it is, they have the schedule of which games will be showing up at what time. So if you're looking to catch certain games on there, or see games that you aren't familiar with, what's going to be on, the whole schedule is going to be listed there. I'll post the link, like I said, in the description of this video. Brother Bobby, not really an upgrade over the lump of coal, but it's not bad either. And we can't blow up that tinted rock, so down we go. This run is not going great so far. Right now I'm thinking this is more of a Satan run than an Isaac run. As much as I want to unlock the Polaroid as soon as possible, this just doesn't look like a run where that's going to happen so far. Of course, in Isaac, anything can change on a dime. You can go from an overly weak run to an overpowered run in the course of 1 item room, pretty much. But as long as I'm making progression, I'm happy. It doesn't need to be progression against either one of the certain endgame bosses. We're going to get Distant Admiration here, who's going to be able to help us. I really wish that the Isaac and Blue Baby fights had been structured more like the Satan fight. As much as they're a challenging boss, they're challenging for an entirely different reason than Satan was so challenging for so long. It kind of always makes me a little bit sad playing against them and just knowing that it's a matter of dealing with bullet hell instead of dealing with the patternized and learnable boss that is Satan. And I think that the 3 very distinct forms that keep you moving were always a lot more interesting to me than just trying to dodge the whole time. It's not to say that Isaac and Blue Baby fights are bad, they're just not as much my cup of tea as Satan was, so to speak. We're going to use Attack Fly to get some damage in on Gertie since we don't have very much damage. I did just walk into him and take some stupid damage myself, but he's going to be dead soon. Or she's going to be dead soon, I should say. Pageant Boy, we're going to wait to reroll, see what's in here. Scapular. I was really hoping for something else, but I couldn't risk trying to see if that Angel Room would still be there. So we're still going to want to reroll that Pageant Boy, most likely. I could pick it up for some money because I am kind of low, but I feel like I need better items than that. So unless there's something in the shop that I really want that I can get money for with it, I don't think it's a wise decision. We do have a library here. We could manipulate that to our advantage, although we can only get 1 reroll on this floor. Oop, almost didn't see that bomb coming at me. I don't know why my voice is getting a little bit hoarse here. After this fight, I'm going to take a drink. Hopefully that'll help. And he's just going to set a bomb next to himself and blow up. That's awesome. There we go. 2 bombs, which are helpful. A Spirit Heart. And we are going to go into the library here. Pick up Telepathy for Dummies, pick up Anarchist Cookbook, and then reroll both of them. Hopefully we're going to be getting more libraries, because it would be very nice to be able to manipulate that to its fullest and try to get sorry about that. And try to get them turned into late game double item rooms. Not sure if we're going to have the opportunity for that, of course, but having picked up this much money in the secret room, I'm not as upset about taking Pageant Boy. Now it's actually most likely going to give me enough to go to the shop. Possibly even enough to play this beggar too. And of course the angel room is still here, so I could have re-rolled that. I gotta take the risk to blow up this before I blow up to get to the judgment. Oh, and of course it gives me 2 bombs from a golden chest and no keys. So we're gonna play this guy first and see if we can't get our way into the shop. Wheel of Fortune. And 2 of clubs doubles my bombs. That doesn't really help. We do get a key from him. Get a bomb and spirit heart from that. So now we don't have 15 cents anymore. We're just going to focus on playing this little guy here. Another key that's useful. We get the ladder. And we just paid 13 cents for the ladder, which isn't great, but it's not really bad either. Considering it's normally a 15-cent item in the shop. Does let us get these 3 cents and that spirit heart. That's a plus. Child's heart was up in the mini boss room there, but I wasn't interested in that. I'd rather keep Ace of Spades. Run's not going bad so far. It's not going great though. I did just take more stupid damage. Getting the relic on the first item room is of course a huge boost, because it gives it the most time to work. And obviously the longer you have the relic, the more it's going to pay out for you, so... There we go. That worked out quite well. We got an arcade. We are going to play the blood bank looking for a blood bag. But I'm going to wait till after the boss fight so that I don't decrease my chances of another deal with the angel or a deal with the devil. Just because those are enormously valuable. World card we are going to pop right away. Our boss is right below us. Just going to chill here for a little bit. Take out the room a little bit, and then we can move on and finish things up nicely. The ladder is a very useful item, but with how many more flying items there are since Wrath of the Lamb, it's not as useful as it once was. You know, back when it was either you find Transcendence or Lord of the Pit, or you don't get a fly, it was one thing. But then now you got Fate, you got Spirit of the Night, you got Dead Dove, you got Lord of the Pit, Transcendence, still in there. You got the Holy Grail. There's just a lot of options for flight now. And it does limit the utility of the ladder a bit, since you can get flying so much easier with so many more items of it. I'm going to reroll that. Squeezy as it tears up with 2 spirit hearts. Still a tears up, but I guess a little bit better side bonus. Now we can play this blood bank, which will also let us go to that boss challenge room. Assuming that we can play it all the way down to 1 heart, it might pay off before then. That's also going to give me enough money to go to the shop, which is awesome. No library on this floor, unfortunately. We're going to be fighting Super Greed. That does not really make me happy. This could be a very difficult fight to win. These things take a lot of damage, all of them. I am taking some stupid damage along with it. It was a waste of a bomb. And I killed one of the greed heads, but that's not really saying a whole lot. There we go, that was much better placed. We're taking a staggering amount of damage on this fight. But we have beaten Super Greed, now we just need to kill these greed heads. At least we get a key out of it. We're still at 15 cents, so I don't think we actually gained anything on that. Don't want that heart yet. We can go item room first and then the boss challenge room. Mostly because I don't want to waste a potential reroll for the item room when it's more likely I'll find something useful in the boss trap room with a limited pool of items. Ideal situation, find like Polyphemus in this item room and then find Pentagram in the challenge room. Odds of that are obviously pretty low, but it's what I'm hoping for. Because really the most hampering factor of this run so far is damage. I've got decent rate of fire, I've got a couple of useful familiars, health like crazy, but my damage leaves a lot to be desired right now. Another bomb. And we get Mom's bottle of pills, we'll use once. Can't be bad, so of course we'll take it. Full health, that's actually kind of bad. Toothpicks I'm not sure I want. We're gonna consider those after fighting the boss challenge room and getting a reroll up. Well, assuming we can get back down to 1 heart or less before this blood bank pays out for us. Just one more play. Thank you. Perfect. So now I can come pick that up on the way back to the boss room. That'll give us an extra health up, a speed up, and our health will be filled back to full. Of course, it doesn't always fill your health back to full, but it does if you have only this few hearts. You definitely got health to consider going with Deals with the Devil to get rid of all our red hearts. Obviously not as useful as it could be with the Polaroid not unlocked, but it still has its benefits. There we go. Then we gotta check this boss challenge room. Troll bomb, troll bomb, troll bomb. I hate those things. There we go. No! Son of a... I didn't even mean to pick that up. I was just trying to walk around to go to the boss challenge room, and I accidentally picked up the health. So, we don't get to go in there. Reroll Bob's Rod in the head, or... You know what? Reroll it 1 up. Not as useful as I would have liked. Oh, I'm disappointed now. And of course this means that we have to take the toothpicks, which aren't that good of an item. They aren't bad, but they're also not very great. But it is a little bit more rate of fire. It's beneficial in its own right. Over we go toward this here arcade, where we're going to pick up our blood bag, get back to full health. You know, in hindsight, I should have checked over there by the boss, by the boss challenge room for the second secret room. It's not going to be down there. I think it was over there, but we're not going to worry too much about it. And that room went very easily. Get this bomb. A few more cents. This is where things are going to start to get a bit challenging for us. With the low damage we're dealing, it's going to take a lot longer to kill enemies. Luckily we are not Necropolis. We don't have to deal with the masks and hearts, which are pains in the neck, of course. Speed and range up. I would have preferred speed and damage, of course, but I'm not complaining about that. I love the syringes, except for Speedball. There we go. Take these guys down nice and easily. Sorry, my throat is really messing with me since I started this recording, so I'm not exactly as talkative as I would like to be. I hate knights. I hate knights. I hate knights. So how about that Stanley Cup final last night? We gotta say, seeing as I am from Chicago, and that was a crazy victory. It's always nice when a team in your city wins the championship, but especially when it's the second one in such a short time, that just gives it a nice little boost. It's like back in the day when we had Jordan on the Bulls, and we were every season he was playing, we won a championship pretty much for a while there. So we had 3 in a row, and then he went to go play baseball for some reason, and he didn't do very well, came back, we won 3 in a row again. I miss having a team that's solid, but the Hawks are definitely making their case for it. It was kind of nice too, because I'm also a fan of the Penguins, who were eliminated by Boston in the round before. So it's kind of like a combination of winning excitement plus revenge excitement. It worked out quite well. The Peeper I'm not really interested in all that much. I really need items that boost my abilities, not things that are just going to be potentially useful. I prefer something that I can control over something that's going to be just doing its own thing, you know what I mean? If it were something like Demon Baby, where I could control it by getting close to the enemies, it'd be a different story. But I'm not a big fan in a run like this of having something that I can't have any kind of direction over what it's doing. Luckily I can walk on these holes, which is going to help me to not step on their creep. And the Chariot card could be useful, especially if we come across a room like this. I was going to say a sacrifice room, but would have been a pain to deal with all those knights on their own merits, so I decided to just take care of them an easier way. Accidentally laid a bomb there, trying to use my right hand to control instead of my left, and did it again, as well as taking 2 hearts of damage. Note to self, do not change hands that you're controlling with. Mom's Knife. There is the damage upgrade I talked about. It's not going to be a particularly strong Mom's Knife, seeing as we don't have any damage ups beside it, but it will certainly help us at dealing with enemies. So now we got a library here. I of course want to reroll that as much as possible, just because they may still appear all the way down to the cathedral, assuming that's the route we take. But I would like to come in here first. We'll buy this key. We're gonna buy the battery. Go in here. We can pick up Book of Revelations. Use that. That's gonna give us a cube of meat on this floor, unfortunately. But that also means that my reroll will be saved for a potential deal with the devil or angel, or for yeet. Or to come back to that library, except we aren't going to get another reroll, which is unfortunate. Actually, I could make sure that we get another reroll since we have the battery. All I need to do is take, like, I think it's 40 seconds to get 2 charges. So now that I'm faster, whoop. Well, maybe. But I just need to wait till this charges one more time from being timed up. Around and around, all around the mulberry bush, war chase the Isaac. That was a strange one. Cube of meat we get, we don't get to deal with the devil or the angel, so we can go back, reroll this library one more time. That fortune teller is very tempting, by the way. For those of you who don't know, Cain is actually incapable of losing at the fortune teller. The luck foot, I'm not sure if it's a glitch or it's supposed to be, but it literally gives you a 100% chance of a win on the fortune teller. So libraries are officially double item rooms. We got the rosary, we got 5 extra bombs. Not the best we could have hoped for, but given the situation, it's not bad either. Yeah, let's play this a little bit. We can get maybe a good trinket, maybe something a little bit better even. Justice card we're going to use because we could use some keys. I'm not interested in that I didn't mean to unlock that. I'm kind of hoping the tick drops, actually. When you're not trying to go to the chest, the tick is probably the most valuable trinket in the game. Cancer would be up there if I had, tears still, but since I got Mom's knife, it's not that useful. I'm gonna try to get red patch. Potential for damage up is good. Here we go. I'm going to try to take out this room as fast as possible. Obviously, I'm less scared of the necropolis now that we got Mom's knife, but it's still unfortunate that we aren't flying, because it means when we run into masks and hearts, we're going to have some problems. They're easily the most challenging enemy in the game. We do have a blood bank here that we can play to try to get another blood bag, or to reroll a IV bag if we get that instead. One more play before we stop. Well, we got a decent amount of money, that's a plus. The shop doesn't interest me all that much right now, even if I had a key, which I do not. And we will swing around down to the bottom here. Here we go. This is telepills, might as well. I am error room. I was kind of hoping that wasn't the case. Reroll that, we get the black bean, that's kind of horrible. A balls of steel pill, a few pennies, and the black bean. I really wish that I hadn't taken that telepills. But we're down to the womb, I guess. Hopefully we're going to find another arcade, another library down here. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get the mom fight, because it would have been a free item and we would have easily won that fight. We do get another library, that's a huge plus. That makes up for it a little bit, because we're going to get 2 item rooms on the womb. I don't want either of these, but I'm going to pick up best friend so it doesn't respawn. Deck of cards and range up. Mom's knife damage does stack a bit with range, but we're going to pass up on that and try to get something better. Here we have a troll bomb and 2 spirit hearts. That works. It's essentially breaking even. The thing with curse rooms is you kind of gotta commit to them if you're hoping to have them pay out. You know, like there, I broke even, but I see a lot of people who will go to like one curse room and run and see that it's, you know, 2 spiders, and they give up on curse rooms as a whole. But really, if you give curse rooms enough consistency, they do end up usually in the course of a run at least breaking even. Like there, I got 2 spirit hearts after spending 2 to get in. It was not a net gain, but it wasn't a loss either. I do find that happens decently often. You just have to take advantage of them often enough. That's just a regular slot machine, not that interested in it right now. So depending on how the rest of this floor goes, we might find it pertinent to go to the cathedral. We might also find it better to go to the Satan fight. Either way, we should have a decent chance. You know what, speed and range up I'll take. It's a little bit more damage for Mom's knife. It's a little bit faster speed, so a little bit easier for me to dodge and everything. Double Gertie Jr., kind of a pain, but it actually worked out pretty well. Getting hit, poisoning, and then using my little bit of invincibility from being hit to do a ton of damage. I did just realize that this is utero, not womb. So of course there is a little bit more chance of death. But we have so much health right now, if I die here, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. Oh my god, I don't know how I didn't take damage. And back to the library. Sorry for all the backtracking, but I really want to try to get something that'll set this run to a point where I can win things for sure. I'm pretty confident in Satan right now with how many spirit hearts we have, but things can go wrong anytime. Dr. Fetus is a great item, but Mom's knife overrides it, so if we take it, we aren't getting anything from it. Go die, assist. I said die. These guys are probably the most annoying enemies in terms of fighting in the game. Mostly because they aren't difficult, they just hide so much it makes them hard to hit. Wheel of Fortune, another regular slot machine. And I keep playing though. I keep using those hoping to get a fortune teller. But we'll go all the way to the right next. Boss might be up at the top there. I'm kind of doubting it, but it might be. Walk this guy into the knife and back down this way. So this should be my last reroll of the library. If the boss room is connected to that room up at the top, I'm going to make use of the battery to charge my D6 up. Little Chad I don't want, but I might as well take it just to save some backtracking. Let's try here for the secret room. Perfect. Only 3 cents, not all that interested, but it works. It's better than nothing. Come up here. We got 2 paths. The left is almost certainly not the boss room. The right maybe. Or no, I got that backwards. The right is almost certainly not the boss room. The left could have possibly been. There we go. Let's pick up the spirit heart from the relic. We've done a pretty good job of avoiding damage throughout the game. We've taken damage kind of consistently, but never as much as we're gaining by way of the relic. So it's worked out kind of nicely. And I could have probably got another reroll of Little Chad and then a reroll of this boss item, but c'est la vie. Loki is going to die really easily. The Bible, pick it up so it doesn't respawn. Put it down, reroll. The Miter. Doesn't help much at this point in the game, but it's still a decent thing. This is Balls of Steel. Of course we want to take that. The Hermit card. And just for the heck of it, we're going to pop the Hermit. It's not going to move us very far, but it does move us a little bit. I am, of course, interested if there's a library on this floor. I would like to find it. But I don't think that I'm going to keep going on the floor just for the sake of finding it. If I find the boss room, I'm just going to move on. I'm kind of feeling like this could be an Isaac or Blue Baby run. But I almost feel like I should just go for the guaranteed Satan win. Obviously that changes a bit if I get something that guarantees me a win in a library or a boss trap room or something, but it's been a while since we've seen Satan. We got an arcade up here, we got a boss challenge room down there. We're gonna make use of that. No library, we will make use of the curse room when we come in. A game kit has appeared in the basement, awesome. Kinda messed up manipulating that there. And we'll play once more for half a heart. And there we go. Not going to spend too long in here, I promise. But we do have a chance to kind of get a lot of benefit out of this. Justice, not all that interested, although it did drop a spirit heart, which is nice. No! I couldn't possibly use that many keys. Crystal ball. Well, I will definitely pick it up and use it once at least. It's gonna give me a spirit heart, reveal the map, which was already revealed. Now we're gonna play this guy a little bit more. There we go. We're gonna reroll the crystal ball. Poison touch, that's tempting. Let's go see what we get in the boss trap room. As well as the curse room. Slice that guy up, we get a new type of pill. Puberty, not all that interested. Unfortunately, we can't bomb our way out of here, since it was greed. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh no! Close the door behind me. That's usually a really good strategy. If greed drops a Steam sale in the secret room and you can leave, you can use that to get a bunch of items for free. Unfortunately, since greed was... Since I got there through the curse room, that didn't really work out all that well for us, but it could have been really nice. Now we're back to a point where we can enter the boss challenge room. We're going to use a couple of bombs since we have so many to get this unicorn horn, use it on the blood bank. And then we'll swing down to the boss challenge room with the D6 in tow. Four. Then we'll use once, twice more. Nothing yet. This is kind of getting annoying. Should have paid out with something by now. I don't know how that bomb got shot. I'm really looking forward to Rebirth, just playing this game in the new graphical style, having a whole new set of achievements, having even more content. After all these hours with the regular Isaac, I can still be excited for a game that's just a remake and a better engine. Of course, we get some masks and hearts finally, because we've been through so long in the game without them. I was almost thinking that we might make it through the whole thing. The world card we can save for the next floor. HP up I'll take. I'm not going to pass up a free HP upgrade. Unfortunate damage to take. Give monster a 2 in this nice little pattern here. There we go. Nice and simple. Not even going to worry about that key. I don't think I will possibly go through 9 keys in the next several rooms. I could bomb into the secret room, try to reroll that into liver or transcendence. Not really feeling that though. Actually, you know what? Let's take Poison Touch. We'll keep the red patch. Bomb in here. Reroll Transcendence. That was a good trade. Flying won't help us too much going forward, but it is going to help us. Oop. And down, down, down we go. I think we're going to abandon that blood bank, just so I don't feel like walking all the way back up there again. It gave us a lot of money, just not anything that was actually useful to us. There we go. So now the thing here is, with the world card in tow, I think we could beat the cathedral. Not having to go to the chest because we don't have the Polaroid, I don't think there's any threat really to going that route. And I always like to do... Well, we'll see how this Mom's Heart boss fight goes. It should be pretty easy. Or it lives, I'm sorry. There we go. Take out almost half of It Live's health already. It's gonna be firing bombs at us all the time soon. Up, up. There we go. Perfect. So now we gotta decide which way to go. Let's take the Emperor, let's go up to the Cathedral. We can beat Isaac easy. There we go. And you know, at this point I think that my best strategy is to just stand up here, poison them with Poison Touch and the Black Bean, and tank the damage. I have so many Spirit Hearts. This is going to work out more than perfectly. We just saw our health right at the end here. We unlock Abel, and that is yet another chest run done. Thank you all for tuning in. It looks like we are 2 fights away from completing the Polaroid. Well, getting the Polaroid. You complete it once, and then the 6th victory is the one you actually unlock it on. So we are very close to unlocking that, opening up the chests for these runs. We did unlock a few secrets that round. I believe it was Abel, Game Kid, Monstrous Tooth. So you got 3 more secrets. We're 41 away from everything. Obviously still quite a bit to go. Still a lot that's not unveiled in the collection here, which is in part due to me knowing the items so well and not taking ones I'm not interested in, I'm sure. But next run I think we might start some of the in-game challenge runs besides the 9 deaths here. What was it? The Doctor's Revenge is really easy, gives you a great power-up as a result. Meet Forever is pretty easy. Isaac Was Good Today is a decent run. The Purist is very challenging, but we can probably take that out. Regardless, that's the end of this episode. Thank you all for tuning in to the 16th episode of this series. I hope you all have a good day. Any support in the ways of likes, comments, subscriptions, anything that you could offer would be much appreciated. And I will see you on the next video. Later, guys.